It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we enter into the last half hour of the show. And what an interesting one it's been so far. We've had some great discussions around the changing work environment on the show this morning. So earlier we spoke about the critical skills that will be needed for children to succeed in the future in this ever-evolving landscape. What about trade jobs? It is, we hope, a booming industry. Is that actually happening? And should we be getting more of our young people to look for employment opportunities in the trade industry? Mark Cornelius from the Northlink College, a government higher education institution, now joins us this morning to share some key insights on the topic. Mark, very good morning. Welcome. Thanks for coming through.
Good morning, Graham. Yeah, great to have you here and to be talking about this. I was very excited when I was speaking to a German friend of mine about Germany's investment into the country with trying to develop trade skills, vocational jobs as well, and things like that. But I want to first just quantify and clarify exactly what are we referring to when we talk about trade jobs?
So, Katlego, trades is probably a misconception, or if I can narrow that down.
Yeah.
I'm specifically referring to artisan development.
Okay.
So artisans that are linked to trades, and typically, you know, one refers to or thinks about trades as the engineering trades. Mm-hmm. But artisans and linked to the artisans, the pathway to become an artisan is apprenticeship. And you mentioned Germany. Mm-hmm. Now, Germany is well known for the dual system apprenticeship. The dual system apprenticeship is one that utilizes two aspects. So you have a program, typically a 3-year program that's industry-based. So the apprentice will spend some time in industry, mm-hmm. as well as institutional-based. Okay. So the knowledge and simulated practical training typically would happen at an institution like a TVET college, and the job-based or workplace-based training happens at industry.
Okay.
What is unique about the apprenticeship model is that it immediately links that apprentice to a company. Mm-hmm. And this is a very good model for job creation. And you know that in South Africa we have a very high youth unemployment rate. Some statistics report that it's over 60%. So this is an opportunity for young people who are school leavers to consider an option of structured employment in a 3-year contract where they have a combination of knowledge-based, institutional-based training as well as workplace-based training, and culminating in an artisan qualification.
Mm. And hopefully a job. And hopefully
Correct.
A job after the fact. Mm. Is this sector booming? We know from the very highest level we have spoken about the focus on TVET, the focus on developing and growing this sector. Is there opportunity? Are we seeing that come to fruition?
South Africa has a well-documented skills shortage. And in 2019, Jesse Duarte reported in response to the skills shortage that one of the key aspects of the skills shortage in South Africa is the shortage of artisans. That is creating a blockage to economic growth, business development and job creation. And in fact, in 2014, government, through the Ministry of the Department of Higher Education, responded to this by declaring 2014 and for the next 10 years, the decade of the artisan. And one of the aspects that grew out of this decade of the artisan was the identification of 13 key trades and occupations that would assist the economy in South Africa to grow.
Yeah.
And centers of specialization were then launched at the 50 TVET colleges who could apply. And in fact, our college has recently been awarded 3 centers of specialization. So these centers of specialization focus on those 13 priority trades that have been identified to assist South Africa to grow economically.
What are these 13 trades?
Plumbing, bricklaying, carpentry, pipe fitting, fitting and turning, boilermaker, electrician, so
quite a few of them.
Trades, yes.
Now, immediately when you mention those, I think there's a certain kind of stigma, especially from the youth, attached to these trades. How do we dispel these stigmas, these myths, these perceptions that people have about these
As a
trades?
plumber,
and
you
actually
can make a good living.
Yeah, and make them
Absolutely.
realize not just the value to the economy, but personal value as well that one could achieve from this.
So as I explained, an apprenticeship is immediately linked to a company or industry. So there's a tripartite agreement or model in place. So the apprentice and then that apprentice is linked to a company, is linked to a training institution, and is linked to a SETA or Sector Education Training Authority, previously known as the Industry Training Boards. So it's a contract that is already a job opportunity for that apprentice. And then just in terms of eradicating the stigma, you are correct, Graham, in saying that there is the stigma. There's always been the notion that university is a higher form of education, and one doesn't dispute the aspect of research that happens at the university.
Yeah.
But what is critical is the interface between university and school, and that is the TVET college sector. And typically, people associate an artisan with working with your hands, and that is a misconception that you don't have a high aspect of brain functionality or using your brain, and that's certainly not the case. In fact, the high-tech environment and technology that exists today has great demands on high levels of thinking.
Yeah, Mark, thank you very much for cluing us in on this topic. Obviously, there's so much more that we can discuss around it. And of course, if you are looking for more information, you can visit the website northlink.co.za. Lots of information, important information awaiting for you to discover, especially if you're looking to guarantee your future in the world that is forever changing. As
Study and work at the same time. I love that.